It says we're underway in Houston. Harden to Anthony. And a nice finish at the rim. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in the isolated set than CA.
Tucker to Anthony. Will Barton pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Slams it down.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Millsap to Will Barton. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Paul with it up top. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Carmelo Anthony at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Nuggets have the possession. Isaiah Thomas picked up by Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Isaiah Thomas missed his first. That one goes.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Deep left corner. Paul to P.J. Tucker. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Carmelo Anthony knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Millsap fires the 3. His first effort off the mark. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Thomas to Millsap. Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Thomas into the front court. Right now, down 7. To Will Barton. It's Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. 2 of 4 now.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Tucker. Pass there, taken away by Denver. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Driving right to the basket. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Isaiah Thomas against Chris Paul. And the Rockets have the rebound. To Anthony. And finishes strong.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career. Wow.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions, Denver.
PJ Tucker, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Nothing going here on that drive. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession now.
Murray into the front court. His team down 9. Nothing going here on that drive. Porter. And count the basket.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go. Long key from three-quarters court. So the Rockets with the lead after one at Toyota Center. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Thomas with the basketball. 9-point margin. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
For the
Isaiah Thomas He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. Oops, he missed the first one. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Nene to Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He's now 5 for 6.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Easy path to the rim.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Paul. Murray with the basketball. Trailing by 11. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. To P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Thomas across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Murray into the front court. Down 11. Here comes the screen. Jamal Murray sizing up Eric Gordon. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Isaiah Thomas, now 4 for 9.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him, make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
From the painted area, won't go down. Thomas into the front court. They trail by 7. Almost. Unlucky bounce. To Paul. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one, count it.
Houston. Substitutions, Denver.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Paul into the front court. Up 6. A pass stolen by the Nuggets. Can't connect from inside. It was right there.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Thomas with the basketball. Down 8. Murray to the basket, but it won't go. Anthony to P.J. Tucker. Nice pass to get things going.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Thomas across the timeline, trailing by 10.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Finishes catch that. To Millsap. Clint Capella swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Got it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
The screen sets him up for 2.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
James Harden. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Driving is Thomas, but a shot no good. Whoa, gets to the rim and they'll count the basket. 2 steps or 5 steps. I don't know, Jay. It looked good. That's it for the first half. It's been all Rockets.
Thanks, Ed. Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Denver's got it. Thomas. Probing the defense. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
That no good. Off the mark. Nikola Jokic, guarded by CP3. Count the basket at the rim.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Paul gets it in the right corner. Anthony. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Will Barton. And the Rockets clear the board. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
P.J. Tucker trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Thomas to Jokic. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Cruises inside for 2.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Jokic. Oh, big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
It's James Harden once again. To Paul. From long range. Now that's a contest.
great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Harden into the front court. It's an 11-point game. James Harden, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. To P.J. Tucker. Curling inside. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Thomas into the front court. Down by 15.
2 minutes remaining.
The drive right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
What a move. If you're on defense, you can't be caught flat-footed there.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions.
Kicks it around the perimeter to Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it. Gary Harris matched up with P.J. Tucker. To Thomas. Down low, Plumlee. Nene with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Ooh, I've been waiting for this matchup.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Thomas with the basketball. Trailing by 15. Porter to Thomas. Nothing going here on that drive. It's Isaiah Thomas. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Thomas across the timeline. His guys down big. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's Rockets ball. James Harden. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Thomas. Shot from the lane won't go. That misses with a second to go. That ends the third quarter. The Rockets way out in front. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Jamal Murray at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one goes down.
Shot, bro.
2 for 2 on that trip. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Gets it down to Capella. Off the assist.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. To Capella. Clint Capella. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
To Thomas. No good. To Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Count it.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Nuggets have the possession. Works it to Thomas. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Shot for James Harden. James Harden. He's now 5 for 6.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
It goes down.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
And he scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
James Harden sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Jamal Murray picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Rivers to bring it into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Anthony to Harden. Has a look. Harden with a shot, won't go. The follow won't go either. It's Denver's ball.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jamal Murray at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throw good, so they get the 3-point play. But it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Harden with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Cashes in for 2.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Millsap to Thomas for 3, and Isaiah Thomas on an island takes advantage for 3.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Count the bucket for 2. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
To Harden. scores. Strong take.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Harden. Can't connect.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Screen coming, screen. This is what I wanted right here. This is it.
Carmelo Anthony sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Can't connect. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
A shot at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer's good. Not the greatest show of sportsmanship. An already contentious battle has now come to a close. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Rockets won this matchup with a significant margin. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Nuggets did not look good in this one, and neither did the score. And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Denver Nuggets.
Game trap. Blocks.
The Houston Rockets couldn't have been more impactful with their shot blocking. I was fascinated by the way they used their aggressive defense to get a well-deserved win.
Player of the game.
Tucker is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Houston Rockets. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.